So welcome everyone, for those of you that are watching live, and then those of you that are going to catch the recording. My name is Missy Hides, and I'm your National Vice President, and it is Sunday night, June 9th, and this is our weekly team huddle, and we're just so excited that you guys are on, and I love seeing our numbers. Last week for the huddle, I told you guys that if we hit 30 people, I was going to draw for a new product, and so we had a winner. And the new product that this person is getting is the mascara. Dun, 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 that isn't available until later this month. So the winner was Kendra. And Kendra is on Edie's team, and she is the winner. So Kendra, I will be mailing this out to you. So just participate in fun things like that, you guys, because you never know what you'll get. And again, like we say all the time, it's not always about the little gift that you're getting, but it's about you know, what it's doing for your business. So I am excited to talk tonight. Tonight is going to be like a legit training, and we're going to talk about how to get a comma in your paycheck, okay? Because I think, like we've mentioned before, that for most people, even if you started the business and you were really of the place of like, gosh, I would just love to make $1,000, not $1,000, but like $200 or $400. You can absolutely do that. But think about what can happen when you start to make $1,000 a month. And I think for most people, $1,000 in a month, that's the combined weekly commissions that you can earn along with the overrides, is where most people are going to feel like the effort that they're producing is worth the return, right? Sometimes it may not feel like your $200 paycheck is worth the effort that you're putting in, but I absolutely feel like $1,000 paycheck starts to feel like it's worth the effort and the investment of time. So before we get into the training, I want you guys to really wrap your mind around $1,000, because sometimes we can think about $1,000 and it can kind of come in one ear and out the other, and we can maybe too easily dismiss it. But I heard, or I read a book years and years ago, and I've probably since read it or listened to it a dozen times. It's called Success Happens by Dr. Tom Barrett. He also wrote an awesome book called Dare to Dream, Work to Win. And he talks about having dreams at different levels, having dreams that you are going to fulfill because of your business. And the 4 dream categories are a practical dream, a fun dream, a memorable dream, and a significant dream. And so I want you guys to take a minute, and I'm going to actually give you just a few minutes here to think about, and I want you to write down each of those 4 categories. And I want you to think about, if you took $1,000 and you applied it to a practical dream. And often a practical dream is really a need, right? Like, I need a new car. I need to pay off debt. I need to fix my car. I need to pay for school. I need to get my kid braces. You know, whatever those needs are, that's a practical dream, okay? So what would you do if you got a $1,000 check and you applied it just to a practical dream? And then I want you to think about, and I want you to write something down, because this is training your brain to start thinking about, dreaming about, visualizing the things that we want. So the second dream is a fun dream. And this is what it is. It is for fun. It doesn't have to have any sort of meaning to it. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody. It's just something fun that if you could blow $1,000 on, it would be fun for you. For some of you, it might be flying, you know, halfway across the country to attend a concert, because it's just fun. For some of you, it might be buying something, because it's just fun. It doesn't make sense. It's not even a need or practical or even all that special. It's just fun. Just something that you would spend $1,000 on just for fun. Because I'm going to guess that very few of us spend $1,000, even just blow $1,000 on just fun, right? But you have to think about living your life in that way, that you have $1,000 and you do it because it's just fun. The third dream is a memorable dream. What is something that if you took $1,000 and you created a dream or an experience, it would be memorable? Maybe it's taking your kid on a really cool vacation, just the two of you because it's their birthday. Maybe it's flying to see your grandparents and surprising them on a weekend, and you like walk up to the door and they don't even know that you're there till they open the door, and then they burst into tears and you burst into tears, right? But something that's memorable that you could spend $1,000 on. And then the final category is a significant dream. Oftentimes, significant dreams don't cost that much, but as they say, they're significant. This can be supporting kids that live in an orphanage. This could be going on a missions trip. This could be, I know in Louisville there are programs for school-age kids where they need money, like Blessings in a Backpack, or maybe you want to go volunteer somewhere. Maybe you have a passion for something and you're like, I could go make a difference. I could make an impact. I could, take all the kids that are staying in foster care and take them bowling for a night. Something that would just be significant. Maybe being just an anonymous donor to somebody in your family or in your church or in your community, and they have a need, and you're like, I just want to give $1,000 to them. But we have to start thinking in these ways. We have to start thinking in these terms. I loved that over a decade ago, I started thinking this way. I started looking at what I wanted to do with the money that I hadn't yet ever made. What would I do with that $20,000 paycheck? Now I think about, what am I going to do with the $50,000 paycheck? What am I going to do with the $100,000 paycheck? Right? Because that has to go somewhere. It's not for me to just hang on to. It's for us to have dreams and to make an impact and to make a difference. So I do want you to think about, and if you're kind of stuck on one of these and you're like, I don't know, I don't dream a lot, I don't think about these things a lot, I don't really know what I would put in these categories, then you really need to work on this, because you got to start, like I said, to visualize, to see it, to smell it, to taste it, to experience it, so you can start moving towards it. If you don't know the direction you're going in, you're not going to get any closer to it. I had to start thinking every morning of seeing myself walk the stage at GTC. I had to see myself checking into the Signature Towers and sleeping in that bed and getting ready in that bathroom in the morning, because that's what I knew was the next thing that I wanted, right? So just take some time. If you didn't jot down 4 specific dreams in those 4 areas for $1,000, because you guys, $1,000, at times it can feel like, oh gosh, I can blow that in a second. But in other ways, $1,000 can probably feed like a full orphanage in Haiti for a month or 2, right? That's the kind of impact that we get to make very early with our business. So we're going to move into the training, and really we're going to talk about 3 aspects of earning a paycheck with a comma. So if you want to comment, if you want to put it in the chat, like, I'm ready, I want the comma, it's time, I want to grow the number behind the comma. Because here's the thing, you get the comma, that's kind of the first, to me, like threshold, and then you work to get the 5-figure paycheck, right? So then you work to get a comma in your paycheck, and then you work to get a $10,000 paycheck. So it's all about doing these same things. But the first thing is, you guys, it starts with belief. It all starts with belief. And I'm going to ask you to really be honest with yourself. Do you believe that it is possible for you to earn a $1,000 paycheck with your business with Arbonne? And do you believe that it is possible for you to earn it in the next 90 days? And if you do, that's awesome. Because half the battle is won when you believe that you can do something. And I think it was Henry Ford that said, whether you think that you can or you think that you can't, you're right. So you get to decide what you want to be right about. So really, what do you want to be right about? Because if you don't believe that you can make a $1,000 paycheck in the next 90 days, then I'm going to ask you why not. If it's been done over and over and over and over again, and it's been done by people in less than 90 days, it can take more than 90 days, but if it's been done and it's been proven, then why can't it be accomplished by you? And if you're basing your future capacity on your previous results, you will always limit what you are capable of achieving. So if you think, well, Missy, I haven't earned $1,000 yet, and I've been in my business for a year, I've been in my business 5 years, I've been in my business for 90 days, and I haven't yet made $1,000 in 1 month. Okay, fine, that might be the truth, but is that the standard? Is that the standard you're going to use moving forward? Because if you look at the future capacity of what you can achieve in this business based on your past results, you're going to keep getting the same results. So if you want different, you first have to start thinking different and believing different, because belief has a sound. Belief watches its words. Think about what you have said or texted or spoken to yourself, to others out loud about your business in the last 24 to 48 hours. And is what you've said what you want happening in your business? Or is what you've said what you are currently feeling like you are seeing in your business? I can't find people to sponsor. Nobody responds to me. I can't XYZ. I can't find the people. Nobody wants to do 30 days to healthy living with me. Everybody is going on other people's teams, right? What are you saying? Because you speak what you seek until you start to see what you've said. I'm going to say that again because it's a great phrase. You can Google it. There's all kinds of cool images. But it is about understanding that there is life and death in the power of the tongue, and you guard your words. You speak life or you speak death over your business every time you open your mouth about it, every time you engage in a conversation with it. If you have somebody in your life and they want to downplay your business, when you agree with that, you are degrading your own business. When you shrink back because of something somebody else says, because of their lack of understanding, you're lessening your business. You're lessening your belief. So you speak what you seek until you see what you have said. Here's an example. When I first came into Arbonne, there was a gal by the name of Executive National Vice President Stacy Thorne. I think she has a different last name now. But she was all about affirmations. And this was like before I even knew anything about affirmations. And I'll be honest, it was like kind of kooky and weird to me. But it has proven to be true time and time again. She said she would say these in the shower. She would say these driving in her car. She was always declaring what she was wanting. And she would say things like, I am a business builder magnet. I can't help but sponsor awesome people into my team. Hear the difference. She didn't say, I can't help but sponsor just anybody into my team. I can't help but sponsor awesome people into my team. People are looking for what I have to offer. People say yes to this opportunity. People are attracted to me and my business with Arbonne. Okay, so you have to start speaking what you want so that you can start seeing what you've said. Say what you want. I earn a $5,000 paycheck with Arbonne. I earn a $10,000 paycheck with Arbonne. I earn a $25,000 paycheck with Arbonne. Whatever it is, you start to speak it, and your brain, because we tell ourselves what to think, your brain will go to work on how to figure out how to make that true for you. Now you have to put the work in, and we're going to talk about that next. But you first have to start believing it and seeing it and putting signs up around your house and expecting it. Do you expect the $1,000 paycheck, or tonight when you saw that the title was $1,000 paycheck, get a comment in your paycheck, and you're like, well, that's never happened for me. Must be nice for them. I know Missy does. I know the gals that are RVPs do, but it doesn't happen for me, right? What's that self-talk? What are those things that you are aligning your thoughts with? So the battle, a big part of this battle of earning the $1,000 paycheck is, first of all, believing that it is possible for you to do this, okay? So here's what I'm gonna say. If you're hearing this right now, and whether it's on the recording or live, and you're like, okay, this is a thing for me, this is a belief issue for me, that after this is over, then you need to let your upline know, meaning your area manager or your VP, and you need to let them know this is like a deal for me. Because often when this is a deal for people, this is people who, one, either typically have what I would kind of consider like low expectations. Like you kind of grew up maybe with people who said like, don't get your hopes up. This is a pyramid scheme. Like, you know, just keep your head down, work hard. Don't expect anybody to do you any favors. Nothing comes for free, right? Like we've heard these things. It can come from that kind of a mentality. It can also come just from a poverty mentality. And you don't have to like have lived in poverty or be in poverty, but it's this like the idea of just frivolously spending $1,000 on a fun dream. You hear that and you're like, I would never do that. I would never just blow $1,000. If that kind of brought up anything in you and you felt resistance to just blowing $1,000 for fun, then share that, because that's a belief thing. That's a worthiness thing. It's like you're not you feel somewhere like you're not worthy of $1,000 paycheck or blowing $1,000 just for fun, because it would bring you or whoever you want to include in that dream some really awesome joy and a good time. Okay, so this, I know that gets kind of like heavy and deep, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and we have to push past this because we have committed to doing a new thing. And the new thing is we are going to get people the area manager and paint a vision for them bigger and faster because they deserve this. Okay? So the second thing is you are going to do and then feel. Do, then feel. That's another great phrase to write down. Emily Martin, ENVP Emily Martin, I heard a Learn and Burn from her years ago on do, then feel. And she, I think, is one of the queens of discipline, mastering disciplines. She has done some calls for us. She hopped in here on our live on our Facebook team page when we were going nation. She's just an incredible, she was the one, you guys, that told me to come back and tell you all that I wasn't going to go to AIT unless one of you went with me. That was Emily Martin. Okay, so she is a do then feel lady. So develop the daily disciplines necessary to not just have a business for the next 30 days, because what'll happen is you can find yourself, or you'll find people in your business who do something like sprint, puke, sprint, puke, sprint, they're gone. Because sprinting and puking in a business is only fun for so long. And then it's kind of like, I can't keep doing this. So creating daily disciplines not only builds a business for 30 days, but it builds a business that will last you 30 months and 30 years. We're not building these businesses, you guys, just so you have a paycheck over the next 90 days. My vision is that you have a paycheck, you have a business that is going to give you a paycheck until you are 90. Every month that you will get a paycheck from Arbonne until you are at least 90 years old. That's what we're trying to build here. That's what we're needing to get our vision around and our disciplines aligned with, okay? So I'm going to encourage you, your area managers know about this, they're all implementing it in their own way, to join the Consistency Club. Most of us are kicking this off tomorrow, and all that it is you are deciding what you're going to be consistent about every day. No one's telling you what the goal has to be. No one is expecting it to be at a certain place for you, but the whole purpose of the Consistency Clubs is so that you are doing something for your business every day. Because the downfall for most consultants is not that they don't know what to do, it's that they don't stay consistent in it. Because if people stayed consistent in their business, everybody could get from consultant to regional vice president in 9 months, mathematically. If you got in front of 40 faces and you did it every month, in 9 months, you would be a well-paid regional vice president. Why do most people not achieve that? Consistency. That's it. We have the products, we have the business plan, we have all the tools in place. It is personal, the daily discipline of personal consistency that creates the journey to be longer for almost everybody. Okay, so it's the daily disciplines that will start to create enough asks, putting people in the funnel, enough people in the funnel to yield the results that we're going to want in order to get this comma in your paycheck. Oftentimes, when consultants tell me that they aren't getting yeses from people, it's simply because they aren't asking enough people consistently over enough time. If you ask 5 or 10 people in a 30-day window, you're not going to get the yeses you're looking for. Okay? It's just not going to happen. But can you ask 3 people a day to look at Arbonne? And then do that every day for 30 days or 21 days? Because what's going to happen at the end of 21 days is you've now asked 63 people in 21 days. If you ask 10 people in 30 days, it's going to take you over 6 months to ask the same amount of people that you're going to now ask in 21 days because you decided to be consistent about just asking 3 people a day to check out Arbonne, right? So I would really encourage you to do that because discipline overrides feelings. People that go work out, like Fallon has been inspiring me, hasn't inspired me enough to go work out yet, but I see her working out and I'm like, get it, girl, get it. Here's the thing. Does she want to go work out? No. Does she work out? She's like, no, she's screaming on the screen. She's like, no. Does she feel like going and working out and pushing herself and making her legs sore and taking time away from her family? No. No one who does anything does it for their feelings. I don't parent out of my feelings. You don't go to your job tomorrow morning out of your feelings. You don't stay married because of your feelings. You don't do anything because of how you feel. So stop doing that in your business. Stop running your business by your feelings because you don't run anything else, I would hope, or very few things in your life by your feelings. Okay? Your feelings leave you in your comfort zone. And I love that Ashley Strong said at GTC, your comfort zone leaves you broke and your talents hidden. Your comfort zone leaves you broke and your talents hidden. So decide, first of all, that you are worthy and that you are capable of earning a $1,000 paycheck. Second of all, you're going to work from a position of discipline and doing and then feeling. And here's the magic of this. When you do it enough times, the feelings will come. The confidence will come. The being less nervous will come. The jitters will go away. The feelings will follow the doing. But too often we are waiting to feel a certain way and then do it. And it doesn't work. Okay? And then the third thing is we're actually going to break down these numbers. Okay? So best way to get a $1,000 paycheck is to get to 10,000 QV in sales and to do that in 30 days. And I am here to boldly tell you all that 10,000 QV is absolutely the goal that we want to be, the picture we want to be painting. Everybody gets to run this business at whatever pace they want, at whatever way that the journey that they want to take. But I want everyone, please hear me, everyone that we introduce Arbonne to and they pay $49 to get a consultant account, I want them hearing that 10,000 in QV is the very best thing that they can go for in their first month of business. Those numbers are going to freak out everybody. But here's the thing. Numbers, any number, freaks out all consultants because they have no platform for it. They have no experience. It's like no one that comes into Arbonne has had any sort of like a sales experience, a business experience. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you tell them that their first goal is $2,500 in sales or $10,000 in sales. It's all going to feel really scary to them because they think, I don't even know how to sell $5 worth of Arbonne right now, let alone $2,000 or $10,000. But don't lessen, please hear me on this too, don't lessen what's possible for them because of your own journey or your own belief. If you're not yet at 10,000 QV, stop lessening everyone else's opportunity that you sponsor to where you're at. Don't do it. If it took you a year to get to 10,000 in a month, that doesn't have to be their story. I am not ever going to expect that it's going to take 14 years for anyone ever to get to nation because it took me that long. No way. This can be done in 2 to 3 years, max. We know how to do it. We've got the system in place. We've got the culture in place. We've got the products in place. That's my expectation. So don't let your journey dictate what's possible for everyone coming behind you. And if your belief level is not at the place where you're able to tell them, do 10,000 in your first 30 days, then you be gracious enough as a leader to connect them with the upline that will say that to them. You take a step back and you say, I need you to talk to Lori, and she's going to tell you what this first goal is. I need you to talk to Fallon. I need you to talk to Tara. Whatever that is, if you are not in a place where you will say to a new consultant, girl, the plan is we're going to do 10,000 this month. I'm going to show you how to get to 10,000. If you don't feel like you can do that, then you connect them with the upline that will say that to them. Because that is the best option for them. And I get it. I am telling you guys this because I realized about 3 years ago, I had a belief issue on this deal. I heard training after training after training that people could do 10,000 in their first month. And I kind of thought, yeah, but they won't. No one does that. That's so crazy. That's so big. That's so scary. Let's just ease them into this deal. And that was a belief issue on my part that was impeding other people from having the best opportunity. And doing 10,000 in your first month is super efficient. You can do 10,000 in your first month and promote to district manager and on to area qual, or you can take 30 days, 60 days, double the time, and have to do 16,000 to get into area qual. If you said to somebody, would you like to do 10,000 in 30 days to get into area qual, or would you like to do 16,000 in 60 days to get into area qual? Which one do you think that they would pick? Less volume and less time. So let's be painting the picture for them in that way, okay? Because everybody deserves to know that that is an option for them. It is not my job or your job to decide if they will or won't take that option. Our job is just to tell them that that is the option and it is the best option, okay? And here's the other thing. This isn't like an asterisk of like, well, if they sign up before the 10th of the month, we can tell them that they can be an area manager in 30 days by the end of the month. This is for whenever they sign up. Some of you know this story, some of you don't, but Amy Gill, who's a new regional vice president in our team, she signed up in May 2 years ago, I believe. We did not launch her until August. I went to her house, I think on August 20th. We did a party on a Saturday and 2 on Sunday or something like that. And they were all very successful. She has a great market. She has supportive friends. She has people that jumped on board with her. And in 10 days, she went from a 0 consultant to $10,000. It has happened in this own team. So if it has happened in this own team, it can happen again and again and again and again. Okay? So break down this 10,000. There's two ways to do this. First is you can do 10,000 on your own effort. This is you going out and selling 32 30-day fit kits. Okay? This is possible. It's not ideal. And it's not ideal because it's not probably sustainable and it's not leverageable. But is it possible? Yes. So if it's possible, again, we have to be telling people that this is an option for them. They can go out and find 16 couples that want to do 30 days to fit in 30 days. They can go through their family, they can go through their wedding party, they can go through their neighbors, college roommates. They could probably find 16 couples to do 30 days to healthy living, right? It's possible. You will meet people. Every shark knows a minnow and every minnow knows a shark. You're going to know some sharks or some whales that have massive influence. They have a massive social media following. They live in a sorority where they could get 50 people to do 30 days to healthy living. Okay, that's the kind of macro, big level thinking you need to be imagining for your business. That you know those people. Maybe you sign up someone and they have everybody in their workplace, like maybe they're the boss of a small business and they have everybody in their workplace do 30 days healthy living and you sell 50 of them. You could meet those kinds of people. Again, it's not necessarily sustainable and it's not leveraging the concept of the business, but it is possible. If somebody did that, they would not only hit the 10,000, so they go through district and they go right into qualifying for area, but they would also make over $1,400 QV or $1,400. Okay, they'd make $1,400 if they did that. Don't decide. All I'm saying on that example is don't decide that somebody can't do that or won't do that. Just tell them 10,000 is 32 fit kits. That might not freak some people out. Okay. The other option is to do the 10,000 with a team effort. This is obviously the way that we're going to recommend people do this, right? We still are going to use the 32 nutrition kits. When you're hearing me say this, I'm not saying that we can't sell skincare, can't sell all kinds of other products. It's just the nutrition sets break down quickly. Nutrition is highly consumable. You get people buying 30-day fit kits and fizzies and protein and fiber and Digestion Plus, they're going to buy it again in 30 days. And it's an easy segue into the business. It's an easy product and program for people to share with their market. So it's a great leading package. Okay, so how you can break down those 32 nutrition kits is you go out and you sell 8, because this is our system, you guys. We're going to find 8 people to be our new preferred clients, getting an ASVP, and then we're going to teach 2 people to do the same. Well, if you want to up your game a little bit, you're going to teach 3 people to do the same, or you're going to teach one of these 2 people to find 1 person. Okay? So you do 8 and 3 other people in some shape or form of structure, they each do 8. And that's going to give you the 10,000. Okay? And mathematically, when you do that, and I'll be honest, I didn't take the time and like hand calculate out, if you're a consultant, the 10,000, but it would get you very close in that first month to getting a $1,000 paycheck. As soon as you become a district manager, so you become a district manager for sure in month 1, by month 2, you're going to go for either the 14,000 to finish area, or you're going to work to do 10,000 again to get into that qualification. But even as a district manager, please hear me on this, you do 5,000 QV as a district manager, you sell 8 sets. You're going to make $380 on that. The override commission, which means you take the 5,000 that's in your business, you multiply it by 65%, and then you multiply it, so that the override is the 65% of your total QV that you see in your web stats. Because the other 35% we got paid on, those commissions. Okay, that's what that 15% on the fit kits is all about. But your override as a district manager on 5,000 is $260. As a district manager, you also get the DM bonus because you've already signed up your 8, you have 5,000 in QV, so now you make $200. Well, Arbonne has a booster program where within the first 6 months of promoting to district manager, you hit your district bonus, you get another $100. And then you're just gonna have about $200 of sales from clients, from parties, from sampling, whatever, and you're gonna make 35% commission on that, so that's $70. That, as a $5,000 bonusing district manager, you can be making a $1,010 paycheck. You don't even have to be doing 10,000 QV to make a $1,000 paycheck. You can make it as a bonusing district manager. If you're personally having PCs or ordering, so you get the commission and you're hitting your bonus and you're selling a little bit of the retail, which you will. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a couple images here. This one is one for consultants right out of the get-go. Okay, it's a consultant cash bonus. If you're not familiar with this, get familiar with this. Every time you have 500 PQV, which means 500 in orders under yourself or your preferred clients, every month when you're a consultant, you make 6% override on your personally sponsored consultant's volume. So what that means is you do 500 PQV, and then you have consultant A, and she does $1,000 in volume, and consultant B does $1,000 in volume. Well, that's $2,000 in volume. You make 6% on the 65% of the $2,000. Okay, because they got paid the commission off the first 35%, and then you're gonna make that, that's what the override is, okay? You can also add $100 cash when you do 2,500 in your success line, and 150 of it is PQV. And you have signed up at least 2 people, consultants or clients, with a 150 order. You make $100 cash. Arbonne is insanely generous with their desire to put cash in your pocket. So take advantage of it. Figure out how to maximize your paycheck. Be a business owner, be an entrepreneur, and figure out how to maximize your paycheck. Okay, so that's the first thing as a consultant. But take a look at this as a district manager, an area manager. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna take this one. Can you guys see this one? So as a district manager, you promote, you get a skincare set and a water bottle, and then you get the $200 cash when you bonus, and then they do the bonus booster here. So you're now adding $300 cash. Same thing when you get to area manager. You can bonus and get product and cool bags, and then they'll add up to $600 on your paycheck. And then as a region, you can get a bonus, okay? So there is tons and tons and tons and tons of cash on the table for you as you want it. So is it possible to make a $1,000 paycheck in Arbonne? Yes. Is it possible for whoever decides to have a $1,000 paycheck by the end of this month? Yes. What's your practical dream? What's your fun dream? What's your memorable dream? What's your significant dream? And the last thing I want to leave you with is whose life are you going to help when you start making a $1,000 paycheck? Meaning, when you start making a $1,000 paycheck in Arbonne, it means you've helped other people get introduced to the products, get introduced to the business, get their own business set up, get their own lifestyle changed, lose 50 pounds, have time freedom, have hope for the future, pay off a debt, right? Like, this is so a win, win, win. This is a win across the board for everyone. Because when you have a $1,000 paycheck and beyond, it means you've helped a lot of people. When you have a $1,000 paycheck and beyond, it means you have probably some extra that you don't currently have right now. So it's either going to reduce some stress that you're living with right now, or you're going to be able to give some stuff away that you can't right now give away. And there are people in your life that need your extra, no matter how little you think that extra is. They need your 20 bucks. They need your 5 bucks. They need your 50 bucks. And when we play small and we play less than, and we don't expect the more, and we don't do the daily disciplines to have the more, they don't get the extra because we don't have it to give. So as you guys have heard over and over and over again, this is so not about us. This is never about us. This is about us giving our best, showing up, winning the day, so that we can make a difference in all the places that we've been called to make a difference. So there were some things on the chat. Let me check these. So the sheets, Nicole, those are, I don't think they're on the Facebook page. They are in the source. So you can go in the source and you can search consultant bonus. And then also it's the DM one and the AM one. They're called bonus boosters. Yep, they're in the source. Mel, you answered that. Perfect. Thanks. Okay, awesome. All right, before we close out, does anybody have any comments, questions before we end tonight? Look at us, we got 28. Maybe I should have incentivized a little bit more. Just kidding. Anybody have questions, thoughts, comments? Here's the thing. Do you guys hear my messaging? Go get yourself a $1,000 paycheck. Seriously, it's like a belief barrier. And once you get it, raise your hand if you've gotten a $1,000 paycheck in Arbonne so far. Raise your hand. Okay. It is a belief barrier, and once you get it, you never want to have less than it. And the thought is, I want a $2,000 one. I want a $3,000 one. I want a $4,000 one. Okay? So let's do this, because it's the focus, what I already said, the goal, the vision that I have is we have 20 new area managers by the end of this year. This is how we get 20 more area managers, is we start figuring out to get these $1,000 paychecks. Because when you do that, you're doing the 10,000 and the 15,000, which will get you to area manager. So, all right, love you guys so much. I'm gonna go tuck my kids in, and thanks for hopping on. Y'all have a great